A car was seen circling the complex.
In 1975, the Yorktown Apartments became the site of a mystery that would baffle police for 48 years. 21-year-old Denise Porch, the property manager, disappeared. Channel 9 reported on the mystery back then.
A bystander got a good look at the driver and told police he favored the man in the police drawing.
Porch was recently married to her husband, Dean, who never got over the loss of his wife. He is now deceased.
Do you think she was abducted? I'm sure of it.
48 years later, the apartment complex off Tyvola Road still stands. But the questions about what happened to Denise Porch have never been answered.
Well, I think I'd be more at peace, knowing that what took place or, where she is.
Diane Hill is Denise's younger sister. They grew up in Denton, a small town in Davidson County, population 1,600.
Well, we always came back home, birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving. My mom did all the cooking.
Denise married her husband in '73, and they moved to Charlotte, where she got a job at the apartment community.
My mother didn't like that idea at all.
Her misgivings were proven right. On July the 31st, 1975 at 3:11 in the afternoon, that's the last time Denise was seen.
Her husband called us. He called at 7:30 that night and asked my mom if Denise was at the house. And she said, no, I haven't seen her today.
That evening, her husband comes home and realizes that her car's outside, expects to find her inside.
Lieutenant Brian Crum is with CMPD's Missing Persons Unit.
It appeared as if she just completely vanished without a trace.
In addition to her car, Portia's purse, along with her identification, was left behind inside the apartment.
Officers were certainly concerned about that. They started a canvass in earnest. This is after the husband had asked around again to see, have you seen Denise?
Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years with no answers. Eventually, the family had Denise declared dead.
I know my mother wasn't really happy at doing it because that was just really her giving up, and she never gave up. I mean, she was, till the day she died, she was hoping that something would turn up.
So for us, it doesn't change anything. We want to find Denise.
Well, this case dates back nearly 5 decades. Literally generations of investigators have worked on it. One challenge this new set may find is the possibility that some witnesses have passed away.
We know that some folks had last seen Denise riding in her car with 2 folks that were unidentified. No one knows who they are. That wasn't unusual at the time. She might have somebody hop in the car to drive them over to take a look at a particular unit.
The structure of the police department may not have helped. Back in '75, CMPD didn't have a missing persons unit. Youth Bureau investigators would work those cases. Cell phones didn't exist, and DNA was unheard of in police work.
You can fingerprint everything you like to, but that just doesn't give you the full story.
With the same barriers in place, Denise's husband's appeal is just as relevant today as it was 48 years ago.
I just hope we can find somebody that, that has seen something that would come forward, and say something.
My mother was just, she was just pitiful, and she lived the rest of her life like that. I mean, she in her mind thought that she would see her again, but she didn't.